Hey everybody, this is Geneva of Genevas Closet Talk Show. Please make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to Genevas Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Facebook at Genevas Closet. And you can email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. Now, let's get into the news. I don't know if you remember, probably about a week ago, I did a video entitled Cyntoia'S Brown Biological Mom Contacted Me, because she did probably about the middle of September, just to let me know that she had a relationship with Cyntoi'a. She was upset because they had stopped talking in December of 2018. Right after she received some mean text messages from Jamie Long, because she also knew Jamie. They had a relationship before Cyntoi'a got out of jail, and she felt like Jamie Long had been manipulating her daughter. And you know Jamie, like, that's Cyntoia'S now husband. You have to go check that video out to find out everything that Cyntoia'S biological mother, Georgina Mitchell, said. And then also in that video, I had remembered that I had received a really long email September 24th. And in this email, the person said that they knew Jamie and they knew Pamela Long, you know, Jamie's ex-wife, Pamela Long from the R&B group Total, knew her. And basically they were dragging her in this email, calling her a lesbian. She used to work at White Castle. She lived in her mama's basement and just was saying a whole lot of bad things about her. I personally thought that it was Jamie. Didn't know, but that's who I felt like that it was, just because this person knew so many details. And they also included in this email a video of the divorce in the actual courtroom. So they also included that in the email. So I had mentioned in the video that I did that day that I was going to let Pamela Long know about this long email and what had been said about her. And that's what I did. The next day, on the 15th of October, I sent her a message on Instagram and let her know that an email had been sent to me. I made a video on it. You should go and check that video out, and I would love to know what you feel about it, and do you possibly know who this person is. Also, in that video that I made, I mentioned that I was going to go and purchase Cyntoia'S book and then come online and read it, and that's exactly what I did. I think her book was coming out that Monday. I went and purchased the book, and with the hopes of coming online after I read a little bit of it to read it. Then I think that day or the next day, if I'm not mistaken, I received an email from Cyntoia'S Brown book publisher, Schultz and Schuster's or Schultz or whatever. I put it up there for you to see it, letting me know to don't read the book, that they had got word of my video. They also sent me a link of the video telling me to don't read the book and whatever, copyright, whatever. So I'm like, was that Jamie Long? Because I already feel like that he's watching my page. My opinion, I feel like he's watching Genevas Closet. So I feel like that was him, waiting to see at any time if I'm going to put anything up about Cyntoi'a or him, and possibly read that email that he sent, which I felt like he sent. Didn't have proof that he sent it because didn't put their name in it, said that they wasn't given a name. So I took the book back, because personally, I could have waited till the documentary came out. So I didn't really want to read about myself per se. I would have came online to read it. But anyway, just for the sake of reading this email, this long email that I received September 24th, let's go over that. After silently sitting and watching the fallout from the neighborhood talk interview with Pam from Total, I decided that I had to come forward. Just as Pam lied and manipulated so many other people, she has now done the same to you. Throughout their relationship, I was close to both Jay and Pam. I was there in the beginning, and I was there the moment it officially ended. I am sending you the receipts to show you I'm legit. No one has the video I am sending you. I took it in the courtroom on the day the divorce was finalized. The allegations of Jay being unfaithful were laughable. For the entire period of their marriage, Jay and Pam only spent a total of 2 months actually together. While Jay purchased the two of them a 3-story house outside of Atlanta, Pam decided to stay in New Jersey, living in her mother's basement. She would come to the home she shared with Jay for a week or two and then go back to New Jersey without without saying a word. Pam was never around. The truth is, she only married Jay to please her mother, who wanted her with a man. Pam had always loved women, and that didn't change when she married Jay, although Jay was blind to the fact. All those who knew Pam knew it, including me. It wasn't long before he found out. Though, because Pam preferred to be in New Jersey, uncomfortably close to her female pastor, than to be at home with her husband, I was one of the ones who was actually there for Jay when he was going through all the hell that Pam was putting him through. He sincerely loved that girl, and she constantly dogged him all because she never wanted a man in the first place. Jay was never unfaithful, and Pam was never a wife to begin with. I saw it with my own two eyes. It's ridiculous for Pam to claim that she was treated in any way unfairly by Jay during their marriage, considering how she fought so hard to stay married to him. Jay was the one who vowed to divorce her. As a matter of fact, he originally vowed to divorce her on September 23rd, 2014, a year after he married her on September 20th, 2013. It was Pam who was living in her mother's house in New Jersey still, who refused to sign the papers. The divorce was finally granted and finalized on February 5th, 2016. Why in the world was someone who was married to a quote-unquote diabolical and quote-unquote manipulative man fight so hard to stay married to him? As you can see, she didn't even show up to the court hearings. It was convenient for Pam to stay married to Jay in order to keep up her lie, just as it is now convenient for her to make the claims that she is in order to regain some type of relevance. As far as the statement about Jay doing anything for fortune, you will see in the video that Jay explicitly told the court that he wished for both he and Pam to leave the relationship with what they came into it with. What she didn't tell you is that she didn't have any money when the two of them met in September 2013. When they met, she lived in her mother's house on Wilbury Court in Addison, New Jersey, and had just left her job at White Castle for a job where she worked with human cadavers. Jay had absolutely nothing to gain from marrying Pam, but she had everything to gain by marrying him. As a matter of fact, he was the one who supported Pam. Since 2010, Jay has co-owned a very lucrative home health company in Texas and has always had his own money. For as long as I have known Jay, he has been self-sufficient. He clawed his way up from the streets of La Marque, Texas, to being successful long before he met Pam. Jay made his first million when he was 24. To this day, he is successful in his business pursuits. He doesn't even pursue music anymore and pulled all of his music off the market at the end of 2017 to focus on his company. The only person trying to promote anything and stay relevant is Pam. She is self-promoting in every interview she does. With this story, she saw an opportunity to get in the public eye, and the manipulator that she is, she jumped on it. Jay is in no way a clout chaser. He is nothing like what Pam portrayed him to be. Pam lied to you, just as she has lied to so many other people, including me. It's been 4 years since everything transpired. Ask yourself why. She is just now saying something. Doesn't it seem staged to you? I have watched my friend Jay's name be ripped to shreds on the internet, all because of a bitter ex-wife, mad because her former husband has moved on and is living his best life. Jay has never come forward and told all the things that he endured because he is a decent man, a man of integrity, and he refuses to go public now. But I can't just sit back and let him be crucified like this. It's just wrong. I won't put my name in this email because everything I've said is a matter of public record and can easily be verified. Suffice it to say that Pam knows exactly who I am. I told her that I was going to come forward if she didn't. I know Pam, the real Pam, the one who does good interviews. There's Pam from Total that the world loves. You have Pam who portrays herself to be so in love with God. But then you've got the real Pam, the one with multiple personalities. The one who talks in baby voice 1 minute, acts like a man the next. And then you have the Pam who lies so well, she can tell you that your black shirt is pink and you'll actually believe it. Jay has played just like the rest of us who know her don't believe the hype.
Yes, that's the same.
All right, you just want to file one of them.
That's great.
Okay.
Just state your name for the record, please. And Mr. Long, you're currently married to Pamela Long, and you filed a petition for divorce from Ms. Long. What was the date of your marriage to Ms. Long?
2013.
Okay. And since that time, the two of you have ceased living together as husband and wife. Prior to filing this petition for divorce, have you been a domiciliary of the state of Texas for at least 6 months and a resident of Galveston County for at least 90 days? Your marriage to Ms. Long is actually primarily in New Jersey. And we've discussed the fact that you basically can ask this court for a divorce and not anything as far as the division of the property that she has in New Jersey or any of that. We're just going forward on the divorce matter. But you're also willing to testify today that during this short period of your marriage, you've not acquired any property other than personal property or effects, and you do not have a child. No child was born or adopted during him. Okay, and as far as you know, she's not expecting a child at this time. You're asking court basically just to award you whatever personal property that you have in your possession, control.
Now, just in case you forgot, I want to read the statement that Pamela Long gave about her ex-husband, Jamie Long, to the blog site, The Neighborhood Talk, earlier this year. She said, "This man is diabolical and he is such a manipulator. The way this man pursued this woman is the way he did me," talking about Cyntoi'a Brown. "He came and found me using the same card. He was a Christian artist. May the Lord protect her and her money. It's about who she is in the public eye and what she has. By her having this face in the media, it helps him to have a chance to be around what he deems as the elites." So now Jamie goes on The Breakfast Club, and this is what he has to say about Pamela's comment. "I think it was very selfish. I don't know if she's trying to reinvent her career. I don't know what she's trying to do. I think it was very selfish of her to do that. We're serious about what we're doing. We're serious about the message. You know, I've been divorced from Pam almost 4 or 5 years, man. I didn't even see her that much when we were married. I just feel like it was selfish of her to come out and do something like that because you discredit what my wife is trying to do, trying to attach your name to something like this. What do I do for sale? I no longer participate in the music industry. That's not my thing. I gave that up. I tend to my home. I tend to my wife. I tend to my business. We are very financially stable. I've heard something about because my wife has a book deal. Without a book deal, my wife is gonna be straight because we straight. I was married before and I married the wrong woman. I had the right intentions, but I married the wrong woman and I wasn't doing that no more. Sometimes the counterfeit comes before the real thing, and we all fall for the counterfeit sometimes. This time I know I got it right. This is my best friend." So I'm just sitting here minding my own business, and someone sends me a screenshot of Pamela video because she has her own podcast show, and I think it's called Pam's Talk. And on there, she's speaking of the email. So I don't know if she heard about my whatever. Someone sent her the email, whatever the case may be. She's responding back to what Jamie had to say when he was basically blasting and dragging her. So check this out.
people, you know. So it's just like, that's one of the things that, you know, it was grouped in this whole email. And just to really talk about the email, like I said, it was loaded with so many fabrications, so many lies. And Beanie, I'm sorry to say this, but I know you feel the same as I do. But this joker lied even on my mother. He said that my mother wanted me to get married to a man because my choice was women. And my mom, my mom didn't want me to be with women, so she wanted me to marry him, you know, because he was a man. He also said that in our marriage that he was, I lived in my mother's basement, which in fact, I didn't just live there, he did as well too. Come on, somebody. You came from Texas and you moved up here and you lived with me in my mother's basement until you lied to me and we told me we was going to Atlanta, and we wound up in Alabama. As we drove past Atlanta and I looked up, I said, Atlanta right there. He said, just a little further. We were just a little outside of Atlanta. It was 2 hours later, we make a stop. And you remember when I said I wasn't living there, right? Oh, you don't. You got amnesia? You got amnesia. I'm pretty sure you did. So let me help you to remind you of what it is that you said to me and how I was just like, I'm not living here, and how I cried at your sister, at your brother's place. You remember that? And you was like, please, please. And finally, of course, I stayed because of what? I was married to you. But you also stated that when we were together, that you was only with me for like 2 months. Really? I don't remember that, because you left, as you quote unquote, when you said to me, I left my son, I left everything. I never told you to leave your son. Never, ever told you to leave your son. But you lived with me in New Jersey. Then from New Jersey, we went to Alabama, and then from Alabama to Texas. So that sounds like more than 2 months, because we was married. We got married when 2013 to 2015, 16 was right before my mother passed away, is when you and I, the divorce happened. So now I want to talk about the divorce. Someone from, I don't think it was the neighborhood, I can't remember exactly who it was. The young lady had asked me for a comment. And I didn't respond right away. I just let it go. And I remember feeling like I needed to say something. I believe I got the okay from God to open my mouth, because I was still trying my best to cover you, because that's all I pretty much did, because of you being who you are. And you know who you are. Jamie, you know that you are nasty. You know that you are nasty, not just to me, but you've been nasty to your mother. You've been nasty to your sister, to your brother, to your family. I've seen it. I've seen it. They see it, but they don't speak up. And the reason why Pam got a lot of backlash, Pam, and let me just say one thing about Pam. Pam was never the perfect wife. Pam was never the one that was said that she was perfect. But what I did do is that I loved you, and I was trying to do what I thought I needed to do as a wife. But when I did not agree with you, and I didn't agree with the stuff that you was doing to some of your friends, that you treated men like they was little boys, and I said to you, Jamie, that's not right. Or the lady that was in the store, the woman of a different race, and I said something to you, and you blew up, and it's just like, oh, you gonna take their side, and you gonna do this, and you gonna do that. The same Jamie Long that said that he loved me, but the same Jamie Long that flew me across the bed at Kima's house. Come on, somebody. You want to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. The same Jamie Long that said that you wouldn't put your hands on me. The same Jamie Long that said that you love me. The same one that said that I was the beautiful girl and I was the dark-skinned woman that you saw in a dream, but I never saw your face. The same one that tracked me down on Twitter. You. That's the one I'm talking to. That I didn't know who you were. The one that when before you and I got engaged, the one that said that you was up for 3 nights. It sounds like the story as far as with your new wife. The 3-day syndrome. That's what I'm going to call it tonight. The 3-day syndrome. When you said you was up for 3 days. And do you know what Proverbs 18 and 22 means, Pam? What it says? I said, no, Jamie, I don't know what it says, but I know what Proverbs 18 and 21 says. And then when you open it up, it said, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. And what did I do? I turned my face because I didn't want you to see my tears. Oh, you got me good with that one. Because I thought it was your heart that I was seeing. But no, I was seeing what I saw. I should have just listened to, because it's not your fault that I married you. It's mine. Because I knew. Because do you remember our conversation at the hotel when I told you that I didn't want to get married? I was like, I don't think we're ready yet. And that you blew up. at the hotel the couple of nights, or either the night before we was going to get married. Do you remember that, Jamie? When you blew up and you was just like, yo, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I'm going to go back to Texas. I don't know what I'm going to do. But because I was the girl that was broken, the girl that didn't love herself, that was insecure, and I thought that you was my big fish, that you was the greatest catch that I ever had, because I was looking at your inside, your outsides, the outside of you, just like your wife now mentioned about how handsome you are. That I can say absolutely. I went with what I saw. That's what I did. And what did I do? I didn't want to let you go. I didn't want to let you go because I didn't want to lose the catch. And then to address the fact of someone saying in the interview of me wanting to be married, why would I want to be married to somebody that treated me some sort of kind of way? Because of the fact that when I got married to you, I never wanted to separate. One thing with me is that I made a covenant before God. You told me that it was just a piece of paper. That's what you said to me. It was just a piece of paper. How about the man that forces himself on women? Do you remember that night? You want to go there? Come on. I don't think you really want to talk about you. So my thing is that all the lies, and like I said to anybody else, come on, hook me up to any machine that you want to hook me up to. But I don't think you can sit down and be comfortable hooked to something, telling all of these lies that you're saying. And then you're going to talk about me sleeping with women. I've never, and I told you before, because let's address this. I remember when you said something to me, and you said something about one of my friends. You was like, oh, is that your girl? And I said, Jamie, I said, how you going to say something to me like that? And you was like, I'm just playing. I was like, don't play with me like that. I said, because I know I know what I used to do. And I've said it before, I've never been gay. Have I slept with women? Yes, I have. Did I enjoy doing what I was doing? Yes, I did. But did Pam say that she was gay? I wasn't never gay. Listen, I was looking for something in somebody. I got the attention that I wanted. I got something that I felt like was going to make me feel better about myself. And that's what I got from the situation. Because if I was gay, that's what I would have said, that I was gay. But I do know that whatever it was that I was going through in my life, that God has delivered me. So if you want to talk something, please speak it from the truth, not from these lies. And then if those of you that didn't watch from the beginning of Pam's World, I encourage you to go back, because when Pastor first got on here, the first thing that she said was that I'm not gay. Because also in your letter, you alluded to the fact that my pastor and I had some type of relationship. The only relationship that we have is sisterhood. It's something that you do not understand, because you nobody's brother.
Jesus.
You're not a brother to any of the people that you're around. You are one who is trying to capitalize. That's who you are. So if you want to speak truth, we're going to speak truth. And then when it comes to the marriage, and it said, and I made a comment about us, and the young lady asked me, when was my divorce final? And I said February. And honestly, it was a miscommunication, because I actually went back and I said to her, because if it's in the story that is up right now saying that Pam is selfish. That's what you put out there. Pam was selfish. Selfish of her to say what? Selfish of me what? To warn the woman that you're with now about who you really are? It wasn't selfish. It was me reaching out woman to somebody to say, hey, sister to sister, be careful. Because this dude is a wolf in sheep's clothing, honey. And if nobody else knows it, I do. I do. And his family knows it too. They just don't speak on it. So getting back to when Jamie and I were married and our divorce was final in February, and I hit the young lady back from, I believe it was the neighborhood. I'm not sure which interview it was, because it was only one. I can't remember the name. But what I did say, I said I do apologize, because I did say February. And as a witness, my pastor, not just my pastor, but my friend is here. And I said to her, she said, well, what did you send? I said, because I didn't say that. She said, well, Pam, when you put February up there, she said, I can see why she said it that way, because I didn't say February of 2016. But I put in a thing, I said, Jamie and I said, I can't say what Jamie is doing right now. I don't know when him and Cyntoia'S met and all of this stuff. I said, I can't say that. I said, but February, our divorce was final. And then from there,
you did put it, something with the year was in there. She had already asked, you had already put the year.
Mm-hmm.
at the above part of the statement. So
Okay.
then at the end, when you put February, you were referring. It
To
looked like
the
you were
year.
referring to that year, but
Okay.
the way you read it, I said I can see
See
why
why
they
she
thought
did.
it was this February. And I said, Pam, you need to retract that. You need to call back or reach back out. And you did reach back out.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did.
And say that's a miscommunication.
And
That's
I
not
sent
what I
it to
meant.
her.
It's February, whatever. And they said that they would put it up.
Got the receipts in my phone. I got the receipts in my phone. So if you need pictures of the receipts to anybody that want to do it, if you want to do an interview with your girl, I got other receipts in my phone as well to Jamie, some of your people that hit me up. And I mean some of your people. And some of Cyntoia'S, that's her name, right? I don't want to
I think that's how it's
Yeah. I don't some of her people hit me up and I got the receipts in my phone. And who are they talking about? They're not talking about her. They're talking about Jamie Long. That's who they're talking about. So my thing is that please stop lying. I'm praying for you. You have no idea how much I pray for you. I don't have anything in my heart against you. But when you get up on social media and you begin to lie, my thing is that God says, speak the truth. Speak the truth, regardless of who likes it or not. I'm not up here trying to, and you also alluded to me trying to make a name for myself. You have no idea how many opportunities, honey, that God has blessed me with to be able to do a song with this person, to do a song with that person. You have no idea how many times my phone has rung for so many different artists, and I'm not going to mention their names, but as a witness, Pastor knows. As a witness, my family knows. They know who called me and who I said no to. Because why? My thing is that I'm not just going to do anything for money, sir. But are you? Who are you? Who are you? I'm not just going to do anything for money. So I thank God at the end of the day, God bless you. I hope the best for you. But at the end of the day, Jamie, I don't think you want to continue down this road because there is a God who sits high and he looks low. And he sees all and he knows all. And you know the truth. You know the truth. Or maybe you have deceived yourself just that much to where you don't even realize the truth no more. But if you sit down, you really know what went down. You and everybody else, all of your little fake clones and all of that stuff that's around you, you have no idea how many of them that's in the inbox speaking about you, sir. You have no idea. So when it comes to what you said, alluded to, the soft-spoken Pamela, you know what? Yes, did I get loud with you? Yes, I did. Because I had to. Who lives in a house with a man that they're afraid of? Come on, Jamie. You know what you did to me. You know what you did to me. You know all the stuff that you did. You know all the things that you said. You even said something to a cat that was supposed to be on my team, called himself my brother. You told him that you was going to break me. You told him that that's what you was going to do. I was too close to my family. I was too close to my mother, that you was going to break me. Do you remember having that conversation with him? With the initials K to the B? You don't remember that, do you? Do you remember the conversations that you had? I don't think you remember. You know who the initials are, right? And so do I. Everybody else might not know, but I know. And so do you. Check yourself. Examine yourself and examine your heart to see where you are, because you are out here saying that you are a Christian man. And I hope you really have changed. But honestly, your fruit don't say that you have, because you're lying. Okay.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay. And I'm not gay.
Come on, somebody.
Somebody-
Not.
I think the thing about that is that, like, y'all, some things, I think if people, and everybody's different, but I think if people have some type of sense, like you could, you know, like you could have a bunch of women somewhere and they could be fine, just like on the TV show Girlfriends, my girlfriends. But then because Pam had a past, just like a lot of us have a past, and hers was just public, and a lot of y'all's are hidden. But she had a past. She's talked about it. So now that she's delivered from her past, every woman that she's around, she's now gay. It's like every heterosexual person, just because you're a male doesn't mean I like you. Like, oh, he's a man. Oh, he has a penis. I like you.
Come on.
No. I don't. It's a particular type of person I might like or be attracted to. So just because Pam is not gay, but if somebody is gay, it doesn't mean that another woman, like if you're a woman, it doesn't mean you like every woman.
Come
and
on.
as a man, it doesn't mean you like every man.
Come on.
Amen. But that's something that people will try to do and say because I guess they feel like it hurts or it's going to bother you. It doesn't. And I told Pam
when your cousin said, "I'm not saved." What's up?
She's more bothered. I
love you, Quan.
She's more bothered for me than me. I was like, listen,
yes, amen.
because this one over here has been my longest friend, and that's over 35 years.
Come on.
And people have said we're gay. Oh, they gotta still be gay. They still friends. Oh, they're gay.
That's
they gotta be gay.
Come
And
on.
neither
I'm like,
one of us have ever had a past.
and that's
neither
my
one of
best
us.
friend. It's just
So
what it
people
is.
gonna
So
say
I don't
what they wanna
care.
say.
Like I don't care.
Straight garbage.
And Jamie
Yeah.
knows that, but he has to. Maybe for his thing as a man, he felt bothered that the fact that you didn't, I guess, bow down or you challenged him in ways.
Yes.
So now it must be another reason to do that. So, and I told Pam, don't
And nobody would be talking to him or about him at all
At
Come
all.
if he did not get married to someone who was in the news already and who had a strong following about being released from prison, which was a horrific thing. Everybody was fighting for her to be released, and again, none of this was said until after she was released. Was he really this married man when she was in prison? Who knows? I know how he acted when he was married to you.
Come on, JB.
So
come on.
So for me, I've seen this person, and I'm not saying that people cannot change. See, that is not what I am saying. I pray to God that he's changed, but his fruit that he is doing right now, the fruit that he's putting out there is rotten.
Well, of
He's
course, they're going to
lying,
say someone
he's
from
being
his camp. But the
But he's
information from his camp,
But you never talk to his camp. His camp
Exactly.
doesn't know anything unless he told them.
My thing is, I've seen the receipts in Pam's phone.
Come on.
Where
Come on.
they're and I can't tell Pam's business, but like some of these receipts are people who are reaching out, like everybody's just reaching out to Pam, like, and I'm like, Pam, and she was getting overwhelmed, and I was like, wait, first of all, what do they want you to do with this information?
Yes.
Like, why are they reaching out to you? Like, do they want you to make it public? No, they speak up for themselves, but a lot of people don't. But I do know one thing.
You sure can tell the story.
There was a person who was going to kill Jamie.
Come on.
Like he went to his
The house.
family's. Okay.
He went, yes.
But
Come on.
literally, and then because Pam knew him or whatever, he called Pam, and Pam talked him out of it. Like,
Yes.
please, like, stayed on the phone witnessing to this person. Like, no, you try to make a change in your life, and you whatever. He was like, no, he stole money, and
Yes.
blah blah blah.
Yep.
And it's
He owed me
it's
money.
a street type thing. It was a different type of
Yes.
dude, very different.
Yep.
Not
He was in his house. He went to the house, was sitting amongst his family. He didn't even know, and he asked them, "Where is he at?" They said he at the movies. That joker went. They called him. He was like, "I'm at the movies." He went to the movies. And the young man was actually he was in a gang. And so he knew him, and he said, no, he said, he playing with my money. So, and the young boy had given his life to God. He said, no. He said, I'm sitting outside.
About the house.
He told me about the girls at the house. He was just like, Pam, he was like, I'm so sorry, this dude, Jay Long, playing you out. He's like, all these girls in this house. He's like, he was like, this ain't right. I was like, it's
and
fine.
she just talked and ministered and talked and ministered and talked and ministered to this man and
Come
said,
on.
no, like, please don't do this. Your life, like, she went there.
Come
And this
on.
is after they were divorced.
Yes,
this was after. They were already divorced, and she's just begging and pleading with this man and praying on the phone with this man for a minute so that he would not put himself in that type of predicament. But because he, it's different. When you got the mentality, you just got, it's street stuff. So literally, and this is after the divorce, and there's other things that are in her phone of people just, this is what he did, and this is what he did, and people,
the girls hit me up, all of them.
You just giving it. I was trying to hide people.
Yep, there's so many of it. It's just people. I mean, they just hit me up, Pam. I know, because him and his cousins did this, that, and the third. All they do is pray. This is the stuff that's in my phone, the receipts of the women that he was messing with. So my thing is like I'm like, I'm not making this up. I'm not putting stuff out there. But when I released what I said, as far as just one statement, and I said that he was diabolical because the way that he's moving,
That's a strong statement.
he's very diabolical. And so
And he wears
with that,
gloves with rings.
so yep, and so yo, everybody, it seemed like everybody started hitting me with this stuff, and I'm like, yo, do y'all want me to say something? Is this the reason why you sending this stuff? They said no. Because some of them said we waiting. Because that one dude said, because we gonna get him. I said,
Glory to God.
I said,
Glory to God.
And before I say this, and I just want to ask Jamie, my brother called you, right? Did you hit him back? My brother called you. Did you hit him back?
Of course not.
Why not? Because you did call my brother and asked him, right? You don't remember. Can you ask your sister to calm down? Because my brother was believing some of the stuff that you were saying. He gave you the benefit of the doubt. I'll say it like that. P, I know P, but my brother didn't want the mess. Because my brother didn't want to get upset. P, nah, come on, P. Nah, come on, P. Just don't do it. But my brother called me. It's a different story now. Because my brother know all the lies. Do you remember going to my brother's job with me? And you asked my brother for my hand in marriage? You don't remember that, though, but it was 2 months, right? You sat in the car across from my brother looking you eye to eye. He said, man, I really do appreciate it. He said, because this is my sister and I love her. You don't remember the conversation? Let me refresh for you. But it was just 2 months, right? So if it was just 2 months and it wasn't really anything that happened, why when my brother called you ain't pick up this time? You heard the message, right? I'm pretty sure you did. Yes. I'm going to leave it as such.
Yes, God.
Okay.
Tonight is the night
Jesus.
where the truth shall be told.
And I'll just say to address when he says she's trying to revive her career, Pam has been doing music for a long time. She has never stopped. She just went solo and she's doing her thing. So I don't even get what that statement is about. But again, you have to understand, as I said to Pam, when people have a platform, or at least he has one right now because of his wife.
Yeah, he has not one. She has.
Well, she has a platform, but he's, on her platform, whatever. And so even with that, people are going to use it. And then some people are just, some people just gossipy, like, ooh, what's the tea? What's the tea? And it is what it is. And the truth will always come out. It's going to come out. The truth is going to come out. And again, we've been praying that he has changed, but based on the people sending you messages now, real time, it's like the change hasn't happened yet. So hopefully it has, but yeah, we understand somebody from his camp, that letter was not, it's fabricated. And again, she talked about how the miscommunication about the year, she never intentionally said that, oh, we just got divorced. No, the way, if you see it, even if you read it or post it, the way it was communicated, I could see how they would think that. But she also went back and said, no, that's not what I meant.
Absolutely.
This is the year that we were divorced.
Have
this
all
is
the
this,
receipts
this
in
is
my
that.
phone.
Please update that statement. And I don't know if they did or not, because
yes,
she
ma'am.
just left it alone.
And the young lady, she hit me back in my thing, and she said, okay, Pam, I'll be sure to update it. That's exactly what, and I got it all in my phone.
And whether she did or not, it was already out there. You know what I mean? So, and I know when I got it, I got it. I was I'm never up that late, but I happened to be up late, and somebody started hitting me up with all this stuff. And I was just like, oh boy. I said, all right, let me talk to Pam before we even have church. I didn't want her blindsided, just so she would know what this video was saying. She'd be okay. And we pray, are you all right?
Yes.
And everything else. So that's what that was about.
I thank God.
But the truth is always going to prevail.
Amen.
It is.
It is. Yeah.
That's what media do. That's what media does. Sometimes they put out, you can say whatever you want on media. You can say whatever you want and people will believe it. And so whether they believe you or not, the truth will always prevail.
It will always prevail. Amen to that. Yes. So, all right, somebody, you already know what time.
Now, get this, people. At the same time I'm making this video, I end up receiving this information that was sent to Cyntoia'S biological mother. And look what it says from a Sharon Black. As someone who knows you personally, I can attest that you are a miserable, conniving, self-serving, childish individual. And if you think all the BS you and Chico are doing will bring you closer to Toya, you're surely mistaken. She will never speak to you again. You are a cancer. You are only upsetting her even more. You're either a complete idiot for not realizing that, or you just don't want to. And then you see that Cyntoia'S biological mother responds back and says, I'm going to leave this right here, no face, no case. Now, what I found interesting about that is that message that was sent to her was from a Sharon Black, and that long, super long email that I received was from a S Black. Coincidence? I don't think so. So if I thought that the email was Jamie Long, then who do I think that message is to Cyntoia'S mother? Which Cyntoia'S mother already told me that he sent her some mean text messages back in December 2018, and then right after that, or ever since then, she hasn't even heard from her daughter anymore. Now, if you can just remember, I said when I read that little message thing, it said that I see what you and Chico are doing. So you like wonder, who the hell is Chico? Well, get this, people. Chico is the adoptive mother, Cyntoia'S adoptive mother, the black lady. That's her son. Her son that used to date Cyntoia'S biological mother. So, and Chico also knows Jamie because they all hung out and stuff together. So I'm telling you, people, this stuff is deep in the background. It's very deep. And how did I get wrapped up in this? I don't even know. But it is bigger than Pamela Long. But what Pamela Long did was sprinkle a little information on us about Jamie that we did not know. Like, he's a woman beater. He's a little bit crazy. Something wrong with him. Couldn't quite put my finger on it. But them text messages that Georgina, Cyntoia'S biological mother, showed me that he sent her, those were some mean text messages. Like, he was very disrespectful to be talking to your soon-to-be wife's mother like that. So it's almost like he's controlling and possessive. Like, he's very controlling over her. So I don't even know if she's watching the videos. Is she seeing the videos, or is he trying to keep all of this stuff from her? I don't even know if she knows that he's sending emails to everybody, that he's sending these mean messages to her mother. I don't know if he knows that. But I knew something was wrong with him. Couldn't quite put my finger on it. Thank you, Pamela, for coming out and speaking your truth. And did you hear when she said that somebody was trying to kill him because he owed them some money? Did you hear when she said that he tried to keep her away from her family and her mom, just like the same thing that Cyntoia'S biological mother Gina is saying? Come on now. Come on. Coincidence? No, I don't think so, because Gina and Pam never talked before. So Gina didn't know that Pam was going to say that that's the exact same thing that she went through. And something else I noticed about Jamie. Why is he in the interviews and all in the limelight with Toya? He don't have to go on the interviews with her. He can go stand on the side, like when husbands or wives, when they are the stars and they do the red carpet and their spouses go stand on the side. Why he gotta come and be with her and everything? It do appear that he is trying to use her limelight as his limelight, because the fact of the matter is that no one is checking for Jamie. No one knows who Jamie is or was. I mean, I know it came out that she was married, so that was the whole thing. Like, oh, what? She was married? She got married while she was in jail? That was the surprising thing. Not who she got married to. Even when they said that he used to be in Pretty Ricky, we was like, oh, okay. When? Because when I went and pulled up pictures of Pretty Ricky, I had a hard time trying to find one with him in it. And I think I may have found 1, 2 max. So the Pretty Ricky that we all remember, he wasn't in that group. And even when they said that he was married to Pamela Toto, it was like, okay, well, we know Pam. We know Total, loved the group back in the day. But as far as him, I don't know who he is. So even with being married to Cyntoi'a, you're basically irrelevant. No one really knew your Christian music. He's talking about he pulled it off the mark. No, nigga, you didn't pull it off the mark. No one was listening to it. No one was checking for it. No one had heard anything about it. I know that he thinks in his mind that video that he made with Cyntoi'a in the video that have something to do with her getting out. But I don't know how many people seen that. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. So basically, I do believe he's trying to use her fame for partial his, I don't know what fame, the fame he trying to get. I mean, because he say he is well off, people. He don't need her money because he good, she good. They always gonna be good. And when Pamela said that people were reaching out and sending her stuff, I can believe that, because I have gotten a lot of information since this whole Cyntoia, Jamie, finding out about him. And the information that I've been receiving is nothing against Cyntoia. People love Cyntoia. They are happy that she's out of jail. They want her to be happy. They want nothing for the best, nothing but the best for her. And I think that's where the issue is coming in at with Jamie. There has been a lot of people that has had bad things to say about him. And like I will say again, when I interviewed his ex-manager said he was a good guy, his family was nice and all of that type of stuff, but he did say he was bad as far as business, and that's partially one of the reasons why they wasn't working together anymore. It had something to do with business.